Alright, hi. Your APTA Standard Development Standards, American Public Transportation Association Standards, Rail Transit Vehicle Inspection Maintenance Work Group, Emergency Signage for Rail Transit Vehicles. And we're going to scroll down here to the table of content. Participation introduction note alternate practice general system requirements visual identity recognition multilingual signs design requirements interior location letter sign color contrast luminous criteria table 1 minimum luminance values changing HPPL materials coupling materials design requirements exterior location color contrast materials evaluation measures tests interior signs markets exterior signs markets record keeping system reliability, operation conditions, maintenance, daily inspection, periodic inspection, defect reporting, repair, and record keeping. And then we'll go into references, definition, abbreviations, acronyms, summary of documented changes, and document history. Let's just say the participants, the American public greatly appreciates. These are the participants. Introduction. This introduction is not part of the APTS RTSS VIM 02210 with the provision 1 low location emergency path marking for rail transit vehicles. The standard represents the common viewpoint of the parts of the parties concerned with the provision, namely trains for the operating planning agency, rail transit system manufacturer, consultant, and engineers' general interest groups. The application of any standard with the recommended practice of the contained within here is involuntary. In some cases, the federal or other state regulation govern the portion of the rail transit system operation. In those cases, the government regulation take precedence over the standard. APTA recognizes that a certain application for the standard with the recommended practice are implemented with the individual rail transit system may be either more or less restrictive than those given in the document. The APTA recommends the use of the document individual organization operating rail transit system, individual organization contract with the other operation of the railway train system, individual organization influence on rail transit systems are operated included but not limited with the consult with designer and contractors. No. An alternate practice. Individual rail transit system may modify with the practice standard to accommodate with the specific equipment and mode of the operation. APTA recognizes some of the rail transit system may have a unique operating environment that may strictly comply with every provision standard impossible. As a result of the certain rail transit systems may need to implement the standard of the practice here in the ways that are more or less restrictive than this document prescribes. The rail transit system may develop alternate with the APTA standard as long as the alternates are based on safe operating history and described with the document within the safety of the program plan and other document that is referred to in the safety system program plan documentation. Alternate practices shall advise specifically APTA rail transit safety standard requirements that cannot be met. They say, well, each of the requirements cannot be met. Describe the alternate methods used. Describe substantiate how the alternate methods do not compromise safety, provide a level of safety equipment. Equivalent practice for the APTA safety standard, the operating history hazard analysis findings may be used to substantiate this claim. Alright, 1. Your general system requirements. The emergency sign markings should be designed to provide evacuation guidance for the passenger train crew, the members, rescue, access, the guidance for the emergency responders. All sign instructions should be visible and easily readable. 1.1. Visual identity with the recognition. All emergency exit rescue assignment signage marking system shall contain the brief and quickly understandable information considerable the use field of view. Either the emergency exit with the sign marking with the system and enable the passenger train crew member to make more identification with emergency exit rescue assigned signage marking system should be enabled. Emergency responders to positive notification rescue access points with undue hesitation delay with the confusion signing marking instruction shall utilize with extent practical commonly recognized with the used information of the symbol icon graphic pictograms as well as standardized contrast content and placement. Each interior emergency exit exit sign and emergency exit locator sign shall be conspicuous, clearly recognized and distinguished, become conspicuous to passenger train crew members immediately without automatically upon loose of power with the normal lighting in the minimum distance of 5 feet. Each of the signing marking remain conspicuous under minimum general emergency lighting illumination levels specified with the APTA standard emergency lighting system designed for the rail transit vehicles as well. But the under total darkness should be the emergency lighting system. Fail the signs of the marking shall operate with it independently of the car's normal emergency lighting system minimum of 1.5 hours after the loss of all power of normal lighting. Emergency exit locator signs shall be located with the closely proximity of each emergency exit shall work with in conjunction with the emergency exit sign location of the sign with the directional arrows where it should guide passenger train crew members the emergency exit route with the emergency exit rescue assigning and marking shall be conspicuous on the exterior of the car. 2. Multiple lingual signs. At minimum, any word that include emergency exit rescue. The sign size should be in English. However, when specifically determinations are made that are otherwise mandated, local, municipal, state, or other regulation signage instruction shall be written designated language in addition to language English. 2. Design requirement interior. The emergency exit evacuation information placed on the interior of the car body shall be at a minimum consistent with the following signs of marking instruction. Door exit signs marking instruction. Door exit locator sign markings if necessary. Door exit contractor locator signs and markings. 2. Emergency window exit locator signs and marking if necessary. Emergency window exits and marking and instructions. 2.1 Location. 2.1 Door exits. Door signs and markings. Each vestibule door to end frame with a door over the side with a door leading with the exterior with the intent of the emergency extras shall identify with the sign marking contained with the word with the exit, emergency exit with the other similar word with the capital letters. Each sign shall be located with the door glazing. Immediately proximity with the center of the sign shall be located when the upper half of the door card shall be conspicuous. Door exit and exit locator marking. If the door exit is not within the side of any of the sheet with any location visibly blocked or bulkhead, provided the door locator sign should be provided to enable the passenger train crew members in those areas. And if other locations such door exit try, the locator sign shall be conformed, consistent brief text, graphic arrow symbol that are placed from the bulkhead with the divider of the frames, pocket, armrest, luggage rack, ceilings into the direct the passenger toward the nearest door that can be used with emergency egress. Door exit, emergency release, locator signs and markings. Each door with the exit handle, the latch, open operating button should mark with a high performance photoluminescent material. The material of the following methods. 1. Outline stripping is not less than 1 inch wide to extent practical around the perimeter of the opening device area. Wide pad with the door frame directly behind the handle and latch with no less than 16 inches squared. In addition, each of the door equipped with a separate manual override device with a power operated door intended with emergency egress shall be marked with a sign marking containing the word emergency door release, manual door release. The other similar wording of these signs marking shall be placed with the manual door control as an appropriate location immediate proximity. If it has been not obvious for the manual release document, the device is located really relative to the door handle latch operating the button with the door emergency release with the locator sign shall be posted. The door release locator sign with the marking shall consist of the brief text, graphic arrow symbol, the direct passenger crew, members of the door control location manual door release. Instruction. If the method of the opening of the door is intent with the executive, if it is not obvious for the operating instruction shall be posted at the door's control immediate vicinity signs shall be visibly and easily readable with the operating instruction shall be posted at near each manual release device of the door intended with emergency egress signage and shall be visibly easily readable. 2.1.2 Emergency window exits. Exit locator sign within signs of marking. Emergency exit locator sign with the marking to direct passenger crew members to the nearest emergency window exit location shall be provided with the signage marking. You shall be with the emergency exit with a similar wording. The signage marking may take form of signage marking on the wall, signage marking on lighting fixtures located above the emergency window exit, and or signage marking located on the ceiling windows, seat frames, and armrests. On one sign marking with a may serve with more than one emergency window with the exit of the sign with a readily identifiable each of the exit. If all side windows are installed with the passenger compartment with the rail car can be used, the emergency egress locator signs are not required. Emergency window exit sign may be serve as the locator sign and meet the requirements for a locator sign. 2.1.2 to exit sign marking instruction. Exit interior emergency window exit should be identified the sign marking located adjacent to each of the such window and adjacent instruction, including pictorial diagrams for opening windows, shall be posted within adjacent to each such window. 2.2 Letter sign and size. 2.21 Letter size. Letter character of the emergency exit signs of the marking emergency exit locator signs intended not to be readily general public should be have the minimum character height of an uppercase level of 1 inch. Emergency window exit sign and locator signs 1.5 inch on door exit sign and locator signs. In addition, the character shall have the following characteristics: width height of the ratio of 3 to 5 and 1 to 1, and a stroke width of the width lines of the combined to produce the letter 1 to 4 and 1 to 6. Space between these letters may be the minimum 1/16 of the height of the uppercase letter. Note the requirements do not apply to the instructional signs. Signage and marking. 2.2 sign size. Minimum sign area of 16 inches squared. Required all individual side door exit signs. 2.3 color and contrast. Letter and pictograms so utilized with the interior emergency exit sign marking shall be designated to achieve luminous contrast ratio not less than 0.5 measured on the color corrected photometer. No, the recommended with the color contrast choice of all the new replacement sign with a red with a letter graphic with a PL background, preferably mate the finish, except for those instances of which bold contrast of the background on sign with a place with a non-attainable contrast border around the outer edge of the sign will also enhance the visibility more of the HPPL surface visible, not cover the letters and symbols, etc. For the more conspicuous result of the sign, the graphic, the heavy text covering HPPL material with the will due for the light with the output with the signs of the letter, thus conspicuously legibility of the sign, as well as even over the HPPL material passes the test required. 2. For luminous and luminous criteria material of the sign marks constructed for the HPPL material should provide a luminous value of at least 7.5 MCDs to meters squared for 1.5 hours after the normal power loss. 242 charging limit light. Because of the luminance level that is required to provide sufficient charging varying according to type of light, but the source minimum charging light values are specified in table 1. Minimum luminance value charging HPPL lights, and then these luminance values should be measured for the light meter for the exposure. Cosine correction accurate with the 3% of the better with the sensor placed flat around the surface of the sign marking. Your HPPL material certified by the independent test laboratory to meet the table 1 lower amount with the charging light are permitted with the use of locating as long as the specified amount of the light is available. Your HPPL signs and markings certified by the independent test laboratory will be capable of meeting specification of high performance photoluminescent material located in partition of the vestibule for the compartment's passageways no more than longer than 5 feet. Longitude including partial position vestibule is not subject to illuminating requirements of table 1. To ensure a normal lighting system provides adequate charge for the HPPL system luminaries light, fixtures shall be located approximately each of the HPPL components are orientated to ensure the HPPL material is adequately exposed to charging the light. Luminaries light fixtures located with approximately each of the HPPL components are specified so that their light dispensers and series car patterns provide to above listed minimum luminance level and surface of the component. 2.5 Component matte materials. Design marking component illumination luminance level as applicable should be identified in accordance with Section 4, maintained in accordance with Section 7. Difference between the physical character of the electrical power lighting source of the HPPL material, the impact of the visibility of the performance criteria, installation location, various rail car configurations. 251 Signs and marking. Vestibule end frame of the side door for the emergency exit. Sign marking should identify location of all vestibule end frame of the side door leading to the exterior of the car. The intent of the emergency egress of the rail transit order for the after of the adoption of the standard shall have HPPL material requirements to mark on the side of the door exit location with the independent powered emergency lighting. Each side door or intended for the emergency egress leading of the exterior of the car shall be marked with a minimum of 144 square inch of HPPL material placed on no later than 18 inches off the floor with the lowest point no higher than 6 inches off the floor. The marking may be compromised with one or more panels placed either on the door or the immediate vicinity. A door with 2 leads to the opening with emergency egress for the single door opening, therefore 144 square inch of the HPL material sufficient for the door opening. Provide some on the illumination floor of the passenger crew member as they exit the extent of the practical material shall not be placed on the door lead for the panel. This is intended for the opening of the emergency egress for the part of the wall of the partition that would be covered with the door lead panel with any position. Sign marking used to comply with low level egress pathing mark with the requirements contained with the APTA standards rail transit vehicle low level exit path marking may be counted toward the requirement of the extent to meet the criteria above. HPPL door delineators required to meet the low-level egress path marking requirements that is installed on the door of the 18 inches off the floor would count as 36 square inches of the 144 required. Door exit contactor locator signs marking. Each door control locator sign marking shall be constructed with the HPPL material. Emergency window exits. All emergency window exit marking shall be constructed with the HPPL material. Alright, 3. Your design requirements exterior. The rescue access for the information emergency responder plate for the exterior of the car body shall be the minimally consistent for the following: rescue access for the door sign marking instruction, rescue access for the door control, locator sign with the marking instruction, rescue access for the window, locator sign with the marking instruction, roof access, locator sign marking instruction if applicable. R31, location 311, rescue access for the door. Door signs and marking with each of the 10 with the youth of the emergency respond with the rescue astral, identify the emergency access sign, symbol, other conspicuous marking, restrictive, retro, reflective material that comply with section 6.2 and 6.3. Door control sign marking and instruction. Each of the door of the 10 with the youth of the emergency respond with the rescue access shall have operating instructions for the opening of the door outside of the car plate for the immediately adjacent to the car on the body. The power door does not function with the integral release mechanism. The instruction shall indicate the location of the external manual door control. Each power door that intended with the youth of the emergency respond with the rescue access for the non-integral release for the mechanism located with the way from the door shall have the door control sign mark plate for the location of the control provided with the instruction emergency operation as either part of the access sign marking as another sign marking. Each car equipped with the manual door shall have the operating instruction for the opening of the door from the exterior, either as part of the access sign with the marking and another mask sign marking. 312, rescue access windows. Unrequired equipment with the rescue access windows. Each rescue access window should be identified with a unified reflective, easily recognizable sign, symbol, other conspicuous marking that comply with the section 3.2 and 3.3. Signs and symbols of marking should be displayed for the bottom of each side window, with each window with adjacent to each window with utilizing area with the necessary with a clearly designated with the rescue access window allocation, legible understandable window access instruction, including a pictogram instruction for the remove of the window, should be posted at or near each rescue access window. 313, emergency roof access. On rail cars with emergency roof access for the location, each of the emergency access point provided with the rail roof of the rail car should be clearly marked with the retroflective material and the contrasting color that comply with the section 3233. Legible understanding instructions should be posted with the near each side of the location. Or if your emergency roof access will provide with the meaning of the structural weak point of the retroflective material that shall clearly mark the line along with the roof skin that shall be cut with the sign plating with the retroflective border shall also use the state. Caution not use flame cutting device. Caution warning passengers before cutting. Cut along the dashed line to gain access. And roof construction state relevant detail. 3.2 color and contrast. Like background color should be used with the sign with the marking along with the dark lettering, providing a luminance contrast ratio of 0.5 or lighter. Red letters on white and yellow background. 3.3 materials, exterior emergency rescue access, locator sign markings should be constructed with retroflective material of the conform specification type 1 specified ASTM D4956. Standard specification retroflective sheeting of the traffic control. Order to maintain optimum retroflective property with the base for the material retroflective marking but it has the ink and the pigment will apply with the spray. Utilize with the translucent, semi-translucent ink with the per manufacturer instruction that may include UV clear coating of the prevent fading of the such utilizing protective coatings of the other material with the enhancement, sliding durability to meet retroflective requirements. 4.1 evaluation measures and testing. 4.1 interior sign with the marking to verify the emergency signage of the component with the design comply with the requirements of section 2.4 with the qualification test conducted on at least one representative of the passenger car area of each of the signage used to lay out in accordance with the section. For equipment ordering and after the adoption of the steering of the first car to have the system installed may be tested. This should be completed with the prior of the car released for the operating in the revenue service. Rail transit system should confirm the emergency access signage if the components comply with the minimum required illumination luminancy criteria as applicable specified during the duration. 411 passes the HPPL system material luminance. The manufacturer supplier provided with the independent laboratory certified test. The result report shall show that all the tested sample of the passed HPPL material that used for the precision component of the configuration include any of the cover of the protective coating used but not including the text or graphic comply with the minimum luminance criteria for the 7.5 MCDs per meter squared after 1.5 hours testing in accordance with Vision ASTM E2073 standard type of the method of the phototopic luminance, photoluminescent, photofluorescent markings, which are the following three modifications. Section A3 activation HPPL material shall be deactivated fluorescent 40 watt with less than provided no more than 1 foot FC for the illumination measure for the material. So for the section 8.4 luminance for the photoluminance, all special HPML material shall be measured for the luminous media for the described in 5.2 ASTM E2073. Minimum 1.5 hours activation and cease. Section 9.1.12 luminance for the MCD meter square test report shall include luminous measurement for the 1.5 hours activation and cease. Are the manufacturer suppliers required for the minimum one batch of the material for the sign of the market for the given type of the certified sign mark for the same certified type of the material that can be sold to the multiple customers, even the minor change of the task of the typographically. Ambient light and charge from the HPML emergency sign marking the components installed at the location and reactive the adequate with the charge of luminous measurement that should be taken in accordance with the section 242 of the chain of the requirements applied with each of the representative car area test. The charging light shall consist only with the provided with the car's normal lighting, with all the external lighting shall be excluded. The travel the method that can be used with illuminate the ambient letter accurate data collection working in the night with the parks and with away from the bright yard lights located in the doors, windowless shop with the paint bowl for the car wash, mask, windows, vestibules, even the roof paper, the flooring paper, or similar plate materials, drape cars, or tarpaulins. To make measurement reading of the distance for the place for the air with the HPML sign marking the surface location with the lights brightest on the word floor location permitted with the section 5412. For the record reading of this data collection form, the sensor readout device luminous meter should be developed in the manner so that they can be read with the observable shadow affecting the readings. If the light diffuser used with the light fixture of the measurement shall be made with the light diffuser in this place. Alright, 4.2 exterior signs and markings, rail transit system showing the retro-reflective of the material that is certified with an independent test laboratory and being conformed with ASTM E810. Certain method of the coefficients retro-reflection of the retro-reflective sheeting utilizing coplanar geometry. 4.3 record keeping. Rail transit systems shall retain and copy of the car manufacturer supply or provide with an independent laboratory certified test report shall show them the luminance for measurement as appropriate on active area signage marking component complying with the criteria specified in 2/4 of the standard. This record shall be kept until all parts of the components are retired, transferred, leased, or conveyed. Rail transit system shall retain a copy of the certified independent laboratory test result report as certified with the retroreflective material compliant with data Type 1 materials per ASTM D4956 units of all cars containing retroreflective material retired and transferred or leased or conveyed. R5. System reliability. All emergency sign systems shall be designed to sign markings retaining continuous non-withstanding failure with any of the single individual sign material segment or single light fixture, battery, or other power source. 6. Operating conditions. All emergency signs should be designed to operate with a failure under the conditions typically found in the rail transit vehicles, including expected mechanical vibration, shock, electromagnetic interference. For rail cars ordered on and after the adoption of the standard emergency sign marking shall continue function after standby power and any other stage of loading, shedding, and the terminated independently main car body so the illuminating minimum level to maintain at least 1.5 hours after the loss of normal power. Part 7. Maintenance. Daily inspection. Rail transit system conduct a daily inspection shall visually inspect all emergency sign system components except for the roof axis. During those inspections, determine the sign marking of the components are present with the constituents of the sign of the instruction are legible. 7.2. Periodic inspection. Rail transit system shall be conducted with a periodic inspection, verify that all the emergency sign system components are present, function as intended. 7.3. Defective reporting, repairing, record keeping illegible, broken, damaged, missing, or malfunctioning components either interior or exterior of the emergency sign system shall be corrected with the document in accordance with the established local transit system procedures and operating equipment maintenance. Operating equipment manufacturer recommendation. Record keeping shall also be in consideration standard rail transit system procedure. And then it goes into references and then definitions. And that was your emergency signage and rail transit vehicles.